So in the 2 years of our relationship, this is when we had graduated. Now, remember we had paused our story. Now we resume. On our graduation, I got there, got my lectures, and my lectures were like, they spoke to me as if I was graduating. And I was just like, why are they talking to me like I'm graduating? Like, I remember I was talking to one of my classmates. I was like, dude, why are the lecturers talking to me as if I'm graduating? And he said to me, dude, you are graduating today. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're graduating today. Your name is here on the list. And I was like, let me see that. My name is on the list. He's like, yeah, your name is on the list. When I read, my name was on the list, written there in bold. You understand? And I was just like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm graduating and I don't know. I didn't know. I was not. I think I was so excited that I forgot to be mad that I was not informed. For real. Like, I was just like, I made it. I made it. Because I remember I had failed a module, so I had to rewrite it again. I had to rewrite it, right? So I had thought I was probably going to graduate with the other group because I wrote, but I finished record time, right? That's the thing. I wrote all my exams record time. So the previous modules from the previous trimester I had to write so I had to write two more modules because I failed 2. Yes, I had to write 2 more modules, together with the other ones, right? So I finished record time. So I think they forgot to kind of group me with the ones who were graduating because of that. Sharp. Found out I was graduating. I was so excited, and I had just lost my mom, and I remember saying that I think this was my mom's doing, not letting everybody know, because first, I don't know, like Mfilangati, she felt like I was most probably gonna tell the wrong people I'm not supposed to tell. I think, this is just me thinking. Maybe I would have told wrong people and they would have tempered with that. I don't know, but somehow I was not mad, and also I thought it was my mom's doing. And also it was beautiful that I get to graduate with my boyfriend, very beautiful. And then we graduated. It was just the 2 of us. When you got on stage, I was making the most noise, I remember. And yeah, that moment was beautiful. We got to share it together. It was so sentimental. That's why it was so hard for me to let go of that picture that we took on our graduation. It was so hard. It was because to me, I really thought he was the one. I mean, I've never graduated with any of my boyfriends, and it's not like I was never in the picture when they graduated. And here I am with this one, and God is just like there, and it was beautiful. And I remember when we spent New Year's together, our first New Year's together, and I had introduced him to my grandmother because they kind of live in the same area. And my grandmother was like, who's this handsome man? Oh, where did you get him? And everybody was just so excited for me. And he had met my mom, but not as my boyfriend, as my friend from school. because everybody called him my friend from school because of how I had introduced him to them. When I told my aunts about them, I was just like, this is my friend from school. So they just decided to call him my friend from school because his name was very long and so hard to pronounce, you know. So, and also he had a problem with the fact that I called out his full name, you know, like literally called it out. That's how it was. He preferred I called him you know, with his short version of the name or just another nickname, but not that. But I never stopped, you know. That's another thing about me. That's my love language. I will not call you by a name that most people use, because to me, I just want you to know that when somebody calls out this name, it's this, you'll know that, oh, that's my baby, you know. So those are the other little things that means so much to me. Like, that means so much to me. So that's one moment that, yeah, I cherish. Our graduation. Our graduation was the most amazing experience. I think also because of how I found out that I was graduating, and it happened shortly after I had lost my mom. And when my mom had said, you are gonna graduate, relax, and I was like, nah, I'm not, because I was aware of the modules that I had to rewrite, you know. And she was like, you're gonna graduate. And then when she passed on, boom, I graduated. Miss my mom. So what eventually led to me saying I don't want this no more was right, the accusations, the assumptions that happened. Oh guys, assumptions really ruin relationships. Assumptions really do. Here's what I want you to do. When you think of assuming, ask yourself these two questions. Did you hear it? Did you see it? And if the answer is no, what makes it true? Those two questions. Did you hear it? Did you see it? If both questions are no, then you have no right to assume it's true. No right whatsoever. And this is not to say be dumb, be naive. No. This is me saying to you, be constructive with your thinking. Don't just be an impulsive thinker and make impulsive decisions. Don't. Okay, so what put the nail on the breakup, the final nail on it, was a female bestie. There was this one female bestie that I couldn't really understand. And it was crazy of how I found out about this female bestie, y'all. I was told about all the other friends. I was introduced to all the other friends. But the female bestie, I only found out about when I was going through his pictures. You know, I wasn't going through his pictures to snoop around. No, I was going through his pictures because it's a thing that I do. I like just going through pictures, especially my man's pictures. I just want to see, Uguti, you need to before I was in the picture, or, you know, your life basically, because I feel like pictures tell a story, you know. So as I go through his phone, as I'm going through his pictures, I see a girl. She's beautiful as fuck. Ooh, child. Girl is beautiful. I'm like to him, who's this? You know, who's this? Tells me, no, that's my female bestie. My female bestie. Female bestie. He's like, yeah, that's my female bestie. I'm like, okay, cool. Hold up, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. This is your female bestie that I don't know about, that I'm only finding out about. Hey Tombeni, and you guys are out on a date, because I can see McDonald's there in the background peeking, and I can see that you choose to go McDonald's. So you guys are obviously on a date. Guys, I'm a female bestie to somebody. I know what a female bestie is, and I know when you are friends with somebody that you actually prefer them to be your significant other, but you can't because maybe they're just not attracted to you and you decide to keep them close. I know the difference. I know. So fine, that's how I found out about the female bestie. I won't go into details of the whole situation, yaga female bestie, but I'll touch and go in the situation, yaga female bestie. I'll just talk about or highlight the points where it was confirmed that I'm being taken for a fool and I'm being taken for a ride, right? So he had made this crazy rule that I found very cute, you know? You know how WhatsApp has that red heart, and it has that red normal heart that beats when you send it alone? Like when you send it as an emoji, it beats, right? There's those two red ones. So the red one, okay, as well as the other red one, he suggested that, okay, you know what, we're only using these two red hearts on the both of us. Nobody should receive these emojis coming from either you or me. Oh, okay, I thought it was cute, you know. You tell somebody else they think it's stupid, but to me it was cute. I was like, no, this is so cute, this is so sentimental, this is something that we can definitely do together. This is our thing, you know. And that was the rule, right? I remember having a conversation with him, and this is when the fights were starting, and we were losing respect for one another, and it was just becoming so toxic. You know, it was the things that I've said that have hurt him. There are things that he said that hurt me, you know, and I think I was dealing with somebody that wanted to be a good person, and he was teaching himself how to be a good person with me because he had a life before me, and I saw this life before me. The partying, the nightlife, you know, it was that. But when I got into the picture, when I came into the picture, because when I came into the picture, I thought, okay, here's the person that I will go out with, I will party with, I will grow with, you know, because yeah, I wanted a significant other like that. I'm a groovist, a certified one, that is, you know, ngiyathanda ukuyojiva. And I thought, yeah, I found a companion, you know. Gandhi, I think in his head, he was changing, because I think when the idea he had of him settling didn't involve him being that person, you know? Like, so he was basically practicing how to be this person, ngami. I don't know if you get what I mean, you know, but I just hope you get what I mean. But he was basically practicing how to be a good partner to me. Like, he was, you know, ngati, I was his guinea pig that he can actually perform all these practices on. Like, you know, I felt like it was like that, you know. So I remember a friend of mine texted me that night. I was visiting him. A friend of mine texted me. So my friend, who's Ujabu, was from he was overseas, you know, studying, work and all of that overseas. So Ujabu had recently came back. So he texts me saying that Jabu knows I love Bawan ice cream. Like, he knows. I don't even think my ex knew what my favorite ice cream was. Jabu loved the same ice cream that I did. I think he loved it because of me. So he knew exactly what I wanted. So he's like, Ujabu is like, oh dude, now that I'm back in SA, we need to make time. I'll buy you that ice cream of yours. Ice cream. Something like that. And then he saw it. Because he saw the name Jabu, he's like, yeah, I want to go through your WhatsApp. Let's go through your WhatsApp. I want to see Uguti Ukuluma Noban. Guys, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with this. Some people tell us in fitos that they don't want other people to know about. You understand? We are not saying that we have something to hide. Go WhatsApp. No. But kunabanye abantu that because of your insecurities, you are gonna click on them, read the entire conversation, don't find what you want, but now you know what the person is going through, something that this person didn't want anybody else to know of. Now you already know about it. Now you know about it because of your insecurities. No, fix your life. Sharp. So as he goes to Jabu, of course. He's like, Ubando. I'm like, read the conversation and you'll find out to ban. So he read the conversation and he saw Uti I told him and now he's accusing me of me cheating on him because of this guy. And I was just like, where in the text does it say that, or does it suggest that we have something going on between me apart from it being just a friendship? Where does it, like, he went through other like literally I was like, take, here's my phone, go through it. He went through it, he didn't find anything. Sharp, I'm like, you know what, I'm tired of this treatment. Like, I'm tired of not being trusted. Bring your phone here, let's go through your WhatsApp since you went through my WhatsApp. Biggest mistake I've ever done, Ndasi. You see, if you want to faint, if you want to not breathe, stop breathing completely, go through a man's phone. Go through a man's phone. I dare you. I double dare you. Go through his phone, please. 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 Go through it. As I took his phone, I told him that I know exactly who I want to go to. And he knew exactly who I wanted to go to because I had a problem with this female bestie. I went through the female besties, through his chat with the female bestie. Guys, the same hearts. The same hearts that he told me not to use in anybody else. Back to back, Mdas. Back to back. Back to back. Back to back. The voice notes, the voice, the tone of his voice when he spoke to that girl. I think I got it in the first couple of months in our relationship and that was it. Like, legit. And I was just like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Guys, I cried so hard that night. I cried so hard. And you know what he did? And he walked out. Legit. Like, he legit looked at me and he walked out. I was so hurt. I was mostly hurt because he didn't comfort me when I needed him to. He still thought about himself. He still felt like he did nothing wrong. He felt like he did nothing wrong. And you know what was crazy? As I took his phone, you know what he said? He was like, I think this was a bad idea. It's a bad idea when you suggested that we do this. Now it's a bad idea because now I need to go through your phone. And then as I went through the phone, I realized that it was actually a bad idea. I cried. Nigga didn't care. I got over it. Sharp, we continued fine. Fast forward. This male bestie, guys, we can literally call my friend right now, my guy friend, and we can hear how he's gonna answer. You know, I'm just using my phone to record. I would call my friend, any guy friend of mine. He'll definitely say Shonton or buddy, or, you know, it was never buddy with the girl. It was never buddy. Remember this one time when I was sleeping, he received a call from this girl in the morning. I was still sleeping and he answered the phone and said, okay, they had a conversation And then during the conversation, when he was not calling her, not calling, but like, he said, my love. Did I not wake up and I said, the fuck? You can call somebody my love in my presence. My love. When guys, see that day, I told myself, I'm leaving this. This is bullshit. I've tolerated enough of this bullshit and I'm gone. Like, I can't. Ask me this question, did I leave? No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I accompanied him. Same morning that he did that, I accompanied him to his fashion things. I was there, sitting front row, cheering him on. You know what the cherry on top was? The girl was there. The girl was there. Apparently the girl knew that I didn't like her, but here's another thing, guys. It was how he was responding to the girl and not what the girl was saying to him. To me, it felt like he wanted the girl and the girl was not really interested, but the girl really liked him as a guy, but he wanted the girl as a girlfriend but couldn't, so he held on to whatever he could get from the girl. That's exactly how I feel. I still feel the same way till today. He says that's not the case, but I still feel that that's the case. It was, girl would be like, sure, you know how a girlfriend is, a female friend is to the guy friend, like she was a friend. He on the other end was not being a friend. He was a bit flirtatious, and also in denial that uyamthanda babes, I remember asking him, accusing him that they have a thing together with this girl. He denied and knew what he said. He said, I said, why aren't you dating this girl? And he said, she's not ambitious, she's not a go-getter, and not driven, something like that. And I said, wow. So if she had all those qualities, you would definitely go her. So for the only reason you're not dating this person, it's because she doesn't have the qualities that's why I'm saying what you say, guys, is very important. Think of your words. Calculate, think of your words. Don't just pendula for the sake of pendulum, because upendula izinto and it doesn't sound right as you deliver it, Because to me, he could have just said, I'm not interested in her. Simple. I'm not dating her because I'm not interested in her. I'm not dating her because she is dark. If she was light-skinned, then you date her. You understand what I mean? If you say you're not interested in her like that, then that's something else. Aumboni is a significant other. But if all those qualities were there, it means you would definitely see them as that person. You understand what I mean? Sharp. Let's move away from that one. So this female bestie Shandi's became a problem, and he made sure that he chose her over me, over and over and over and over and over. Noma sihamba ubexolela ukuthi ayoshiya mina erenkeni, ne? Ashiye mina erenkeni, ahambe no babes. Of course, I'll throw a bit of a tantrum, then he would be forced to go to Ankapi. Or the only way I can get a ride was if I actually went home with him. Because we live in Makasahlugeni, So he was okay with leaving me at the rank. Ahambe no girl. I'm Shia Kaya Gubo. Egating, and I have to take the taxi home. That didn't make sense to me. I am telling you, whenever he was with that girl, I think Ingqondo yakhe used to just switch off. Literally, used to switch off. And I remember telling him that, you know what, I think I'm in the way of you and this person dating, because I see how you light up when you talk about this person. And he would deny it every time, guys. He would deny it every damn time. He would say no, 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 that's not the case. You're crazy. But umenzi uyakhohlwa, kodwa umenziwa akakhohlwa. Angikwazi ukuyitranslate ngesilungu izovela ingihlule, but that's what it is. If you don't understand, please ask somebody what it means. So let me try to explain it. So basically, the doer forgets, but the one that's being dealt with, I guess, doesn't forget. That's what it is. Sharp, fast forward. Every time this girl's name came up, it used to be such a big fight. Like, so big you'd swear that there actually is something to be mad about, you know? And that's what made us really, really break up, because of somebody else. If you decide to choose somebody else over me, as I am your significant other, like, dude, I'm good. Like, you're not choosing yourself, you're not choosing your man. You're choosing another female over me. I'd understand your mother, which also nakona. As I'm your person, you need to be able to choose me, especially if you can see what andiko wrong, you see it, because we do have evil stepmothers. Mothers-in-law. We do have that. We do. You understand? It's the truth. We all know this. Yeah, understand? You are lucky if you find mother-in-law nitliziwendle. Like, his mother was amazing, guys. I don't want to lie. She once took us out for dinner. She was amazing. She was beautiful. I'd cook in Lini. I was makoti, basically, just didn't have a title. You understand? And benga kotis, I was treated like a visitor, as I was a visitor, like, I didn't have to do all these chores or do this or do that. They didn't expect any of that. If something was wrong, even when I was around, abathethisa mina abathethisa abantwana basendlini, because they understand. Asimthatanga lo muntu is a girlfriend. They treated me well. Like, they really did. I will not lie on that. So, guys, there's so many things. Oh my God, I didn't think clearly when I recorded this. Oh, I did not think clearly. There's just so much, there's just so much, but we only have little time. And I think I've already spoken too much, but yeah. We continued with that. We continued with the relationship even when we had those problems, But every chance he got to choose the girl, he'd use it. And the sad part was, he wasn't even aware. When you love somebody and you look at them and the smile is just automatic, like you just smile, and because they do something, in your heart. It was that, like, he didn't care what he said to me when this person was around. And poor girl. I don't hate the girl, guys. I hate the girl because of him. Not simply because of that girl, Nyamzola, in herself. No, poor girl didn't do nothing wrong. Or everything that I've seen from the chats, from the engagement, face to face, she's all innocent, according to me. If there was something happening, she was really good at hiding it. But it was this one, it was this one. It was, before you start accusing your partner of cheating, pay conversation ukuthi ihamba kanjani, or you accuse the girl or you hate the girl. Sometimes these girls can't really say fuck you, so they would rather they won't flirt back. They won't, just to make sure you get the picture, no, I don't want you, I'm not interested in you romantically. I just like you as a friend, but the partner is persistent. You must look out for those things before you fresh the poor girl. You know that me and this person are dating, but you're out here doing this. No, honey. Check your man first. Trust you, till this day, I've never contacted that girl and accused her. I've never acting in her presence made her feel like I don't like her. No, apparently she knew that I liked her, but I've never showed this to her. I've never, ever called her on some bullshit like, you know what's going on between the two of you. When it kind of almost got there, that's when I knew that it's my time out. I can't be going around asking other girls about my man's behavior towards them. That's something that I can't do. That's not right. That's not right. It's not right. So I shared so many things with this person only for them to break me. And there's just so much other things that I can't even talk about, you know, like so many things, you know, when a person just keeps poking and poking and poking and poking and poking and poking at your insecurities to like, and just poking and like your insecurities. I remember when I finally decided to break up with him, the things that he said, guys, he was so mean. He was so mean. Everything that I told him I was insecure about, he used it against me. He told me I have a flat ass and he knew I was insecure about my ass. And he said, what are you doing? Pathetic little bitch with a flat ass. What are you doing? Guys, he came for me like long ass DM. Like he came for me because I said a comment which, yeah, it was bad because I said, you know how it is when you guys break up, right? So I remember on Instagram, he didn't want to remove the picture because on the first frame, it was him, and on the second frame, it was me. So initially, it was written, my lifetime muffin, love of my life, something like that. And then when I went back to change it, now we had broken up, he was like, with some girl I don't even know. And it hurt me, and I was like, in my head, like, you should have deleted that. Like, really, there's no reason for you to be nasty about this whole breakup. Like, delete it. I remember I said to him, oh, so you don't remember a girl that you fucked for 2 years? All of a sudden you don't know this girl? Wow, piece of shit. I said that. He came for me. He came for me. Guys, my problem was not the fact that he retaliated. My problem was the fact that you keep preaching that you're a good person, but izenzo zako are saying something else. Like, izenzos, I've dated good guys in my life. I've dated guys, good guys. I know what a good guy is, and I know what a good guy wanna be is. I know, you know. He came for me, all my insecurities. He told me, like, I think that hurt me so much. I felt like I was breaking up with him all over again when he really literally poked at my insecurities. Because there are things that we go through as people, and when we tell you these things and now you use them against us, what was the reason for the trust? You make me question so many things. I know anger make us do stupid things, but poking at somebody's insecurities. I sit down with you and I tell you that I don't like this and this makes me feel like this, and you poke at that and you claim that you love me or you loved me, or there's so many things that I could have said, you know, so many things that he's shared with me I could have used against him, and I chose not to. And he chose to come at me, to jab me like he always used to do. He always, every chance he got, he used to jab me. Like, he used to jab me, guys. To jab every chance, every opportunity that he got, he used every opportunity to jab me. And I still stayed in that relationship. And I didn't realize that relationship was really, 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 really damaging me. And also, I didn't feel like we were working as a team. I felt like it was competition, you know? Like, when I achieve something, you know, you expect your partner to be the most excited one, you know, to be, you know, it's just, oh, that's nice, you know, that type of thing. Ngati, all good things were supposed to happen to him and not me. I mean, why are these good things happening to you? Who are you? Type of vibe, you know. That's the vibe that I got from him, and it broke me so much. And for the first time in my life, this was literally the only guy that I broke up with without knowing who my next boyfriend was. That's how in love I was. I didn't see anybody besides him. And when we broke up, oh, it broke me, because then I realized that how could I have been so stupid? How could I have let somebody's son do that to me? Have I not learned something? Was I not taught better? I'm a flippin' PK. I know better. I do know better, because when somebody's treated like that, I know exactly what to say, what to say to the person for them not to tolerate that behavior. But I did. I tolerated that behavior. I took it all in. I was okay with being treated like that. I was okay with being second best. He made me feel like I was a gold digger. He used to tell me things like, you don't want to be in this relationship. You know, it's basically accusing me of wanting to be with a guy that's money. And I was like, where is your money? If I wanted a guy that was money, I would be there. Where is you? What you're saying doesn't make sense. You say I want a guy that's moneyed. You're not, and I'm here. If I wanted that, I'd be gone. I'm not being held against my will. I'm here because I want you and I love you. I want to be here. So I think he also had insecurities that he was dealing with, and he was projecting, you know, and it was just a mess, guys. It was just a mess. Then I broke up with him, and it was chai. And then 5 months after breaking up, came back into the picture, right? And when I think I allowed it to happen because I really wanted to understand what was wrong with me. And when we got back together, not got back together as in like in a relationship, but when we hooked up again, it was just confirmed that it was never me. Because when I was out of that relationship, so many doors opened, so many great things were happening in my life, so many, like, I learned to love myself, and I realized that I didn't have to tolerate all of that shit that I was tolerating in that relationship. I realized that and I'm smart, and my opinions matter, and my values matter, and I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I am amazing, truly. I was just with somebody that couldn't see all the beauty in me. That's it. And it happens. It really happens. It's sad when it does, but honestly, it does happen. So what made me eventually decide to go on a burning spree was the fact that I got the confirmation that I was looking for. What I was holding on to. I held on to his belongings because somehow I was hoping that we get back together. And then when we hooked up together, and I realized that baby girl, you're better than this. Baby girl, you're better than this. I told him that I'm coming back on YouTube and I'm gonna do my storytellings and all of that. And then I told him that storytelling is mostly around like 45 minutes to an hour, some are 30 minutes. But yeah, and he said 45 minutes of storytelling. Who's gonna listen for something for 45 minutes? You're very ambitious. I was like, that's the first thing you're gonna say? Like, that's not congratulations, not Like, that's the first thing you're gonna say. Like, that to me was just like, you know what, if you continue with this, Anazi, you don't love yourself. If you continue, if you say you want to fix things, you don't love yourself. Because really, there's nothing to fix, because, baby girl, you're not broken. You are not broken. You're not. And then yesterday, I decided that I'm gonna go on a burning spree to finally let go of him. And it felt so good. I can't tell you how good it felt. And also, I appreciate the fact that I waited that long for me to finally get rid of him officially. Like, because if Ngizenze then, I was not ready to let him go. I was not. But after all of that bullshit, I was just like, this needs to go. I'm funu pisana ngazo. I need to see them burn. I need to see them burn. Like, I need to see them burn. You know, I had to see them burn. And when I did that burning spree, so many things were just, you know, the burden was just lifted off of my shoulders. Now I know better. Now I know not to tolerate. Now I know that if you don't serve me, I'm out. I'm not scared to leave. And neither should you. Do not be scared to leave. Especially if you're not being served at the table no more. Stand up and leave. Love yourself. Choose yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing. Stop blaming yourself. Stop saying he'll change. Stop being a mbogodo. Stop that. Because you are only damaging yourself. Mental abuse is way worse than physical. For real. Mental abuse is way worse. It's it does so much, because after that relationship, I had so many insecurities about myself. I didn't like the fact that I had an ass. I couldn't even take a picture looking at the back because of that. I always consistently look at myself in the mirror and I said, yeah, you're ugly. You know, I told myself that, like, yeah, umbi. And that's it. I told myself that your dreams are not valid. You know, that's what that relationship did to me. I didn't feel like I was gonna achieve anything. But when I broke up with him, that is the best decision I've ever made for myself. Like, and this is not to gloat, you know, but it's to say, finally, you saw your worth, you know, and I was able to mourn him properly without being distracted by somebody else. Meaning I felt literally every pain, every stage of the pain I went through, I felt. Like, you understand, like, I went through it. I'd meet people, I still think of him. You know, it just didn't feel right to talk to other people, period. It didn't feel right. And also, it made me strong. That relationship really made me strong. It wasn't necessary for me to go through all of that, but it made me strong. I learned so much from it. And right now, Mdase, the next guy is definitely in shit. Like for real, the next guy is really in shit, because now my God is like, it's literally here. Like, you come, I'm already, you know, like, I don't know what's gonna take for the next person to actually bulldoze down the Great Wall of China that I've built. Like, you know, like, But also what I can tell you is that it's very necessary to go through it. Heal, Mtase, heal, please heal. In order for you to get over this, guys, to get under a guy, no, that's city girl talk. That is city girl talk right there. Don't get under another one. You're only making matters worse for yourself, for your mental health, for your heart. You're just making things worse for yourself. Give yourself time to mourn somebody. Give yourself time to go through it, to understand it, to accept it fully. Pray about it. I did a whole lot of that. I burned sage. I did literally everything that I could to get over the person. The final stroke was just me burning all of those things. And it felt good for me, for myself. You know, I did it for me, for myself. I chose me, and I'm good. Like, I am so good. My channel is doing so great. Yeah, now we rode to 400. Yes, I deleted him even because he doesn't deserve to see my growth. That's how it is. Like, he does not deserve to see my growth. He really doesn't. If anything, I don't hate him, but I don't want him. You know, like, if I see him, he says hi, I will definitely greet back. Because Masters, when we got back into each other's lives, I forgave him. I made peace with it. And I was like, okay, now that I know that nobody hates me out there in the world, I'm good. I can move on with my life. And that's what it is. That's what it's been. Always choose yourself. You're beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Your dreams are valid. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let somebody else's son tell you otherwise. Your dreams are valid and you're beautiful. And I hope that this video goes a long way. I hope that this video helps somebody out there who can't let go. Go on that bread burning stream dust and see what it will do for you. Please, burn it. Underbend it, burn it. Stop wearing his t-shirts. Like, stop wearing his t-shirt. You want an oversized shirt? Go get it at Mr. Price. I know it's not the same, but don't do that. You're only making matters worse for yourself. Don't. So the next time you feel like I need to stay, don't be a robot. Please. Don't. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Thought it was going to be more emotional than it actually was. I feel good that I let it out. I feel good that somebody else will actually watch this and be like, wow, helpful. From me to you. It's good night.